Shalom, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, who rule well, and salutations of much love to the rest of you, sincere Aki, and pushing the word in truth and sincerity. This is the cleric Izar, coming at you with another lesson. I am continuing in my lot to bring you my ongoing series from excerpts of Hollywood, This Factory of Perverseness, another observation of predictive programming and how art imitates life and vice versa. Just a reminder, the purpose of my videos is to show correlations. A correlation is an observation of a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. I use movie films to extract or extrapolate a narrative. I'm not glorifying the Hollywood culture or life. I have a wide knowledge of films, whether they be foreign or domestic, and I just use them as an example to bring out similarities and those correlations. To quote Cecil B. DeMille, the greatest source of material for motion pictures is the Bible. I call this lesson, be ready to give up that position if you already haven't. The image I have on display is from a film I watched in my youth. Of course, being in this truth, I reflected on this particular film. This movie was released back on June 1st, 1984. The title of it is Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, directed by Leonard Nimoy. All right, man. This is one of the nicest summers I've ever had in my life, boy. As a youth, this was the sequel to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. It was a critical and commercial success. Everybody was waiting for the follow-up. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Star Trek 2, 3, and 4, it's an excellent trilogy. It's its own trilogy, I should say, within the saga of Star Trek. If you're not a Star Trek fan, hey, this may just go over your head because there's a lot I have to explain. But I'm going to do my best to explain it. All right, I am a Trekkie, so I'll try to keep it nice, simple, and plain. Anyway, Admiral Kirk, as you see in this particular scene, laying there in front of his chair. What has just happened in Star Trek 2 is he's faced his worst enemy, but he's defeated him, but at a particular cost, the cost of his friend, Captain Spock, the Vulcan with the ears everyone's always seeing, that's lack of emotions. Well, anyway, he's his best friend, and he's lost him. He's died in the previous film. And they're trying to reclaim his body. And you got to watch the film to understand why. But basically, he hasn't really died. He's trying to reclaim his body so they can regenerate him. Okay. And they're not letting him go back and reclaim his body, the Starfleet, the people that he works for. So he's trying to get his ship. They're not letting him get his ship. So basically, he just steals the Enterprise, the flagship of the Starfleet, his particular ship. The ship's already been in a bad battle in the previous film. And he assembles a skeleton crew to steal the ship out of space dock. And it's a real good scene because, like I said, the ship's already somewhat destroyed. He's trying to get the ship moving, and he has the engineer, he has his navigator, and everyone is working so that they can steal this ship and they get the Dr. McCoy out of there as well, because he's part of the reason why they need him to reclaim Spock's body. Well, anyway, they're leaving space dock, and he's going against total orders of Starfleet, and this other ship is dispatched to go after him. And this ship is fully manned. It has all the people they need in their ship. So the numbers are outweighing. What the skeleton crew that Admiral Kirk is dealing with. So anyway, there's a scene right when they're about to leave space dock where the captain of the ship Excelsior calls the Captain Kirk, and he tells him, he's like, hey, like, Kirk, if you do this, you'll never sit in the captain's chair again. And at that moment, Admiral Kirk initiates the warp drive, and he leaves and gets out of there. And they're supposed to follow him, but they've already sabotaged that ship so they couldn't follow him. It's a very good scene. I mean, the music and everything is just real climactic. Okay. Well, anyway, later on in the film, his son's out there and he's trying to help the mission and everything else, and he loses his life. The ship faces another enemy out there in space, and the enemy is trying to basically kill them and seize what they have, and he booby traps the Enterprise, and he loses the ship. Okay, so up to this point in the middle of the film, he's lost his son, he's lost his ship, he's practically lost his position as Admiral of Starfleet. And I was just thinking about just out of all the films I've watched, I mean, this is a great loss. And this is how we got to be in this truth. And I'm so glad my father took me to see this film at the age of 9, because I learned a lot from it. And you've had to follow the series. Well, not necessarily. I mean, I watched the series every now and then when I was a kid, but I was more acquainted with the films, the theatrical releases, I should say. But this is how you got to be in this truth. Kirk basically renounced all, to save his friend. And that's what Yahweh Shah spoke of too, when it comes to this truth, when it comes to the kingdom. In the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 33, it reads, "So therefore, any one of you who does not renounce all that he has cannot be my disciple." Let me read that again. I kind of bungled that. Luke chapter 14, verse 33. "So therefore, any one of you who does not renounce all that he has cannot be my disciple." Okay, and that's basically what we're commanded to do. Okay, and it's that love for one another. All right, love for the brethren, love for the elect. All right, the ones that are really responding to this truth and responding to the ultimate mission. Okay, which is one, to obtain salvation and to obtain the kingdom. All right, and to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Okay. In the book of John, chapter 13, verse 35, it speaks of this love of one another. "By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Okay. And that's what we got to do. We got to deny the position that we're currently in this world. And a lot of us have obtained certain positions and certain ranks in this particular world. And, but the kingdom that is to come, we got to give all that up, because especially when the MOTB is established, you're not going to have a choice. All right. You can't, if you have a high position getting paid high money, how are you going to get the money if you got to take the mark? Okay. And it's that daily cross that you got to take up to follow Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So, like I said, you got to deny this position. This is why this title is named that. Be ready to give up that position if you already haven't, because a lot of us have already given up certain ranks and certain titles in this particular world. Okay. Luke chapter 9, verse 23. Yahweh Shai again. "And he said to all, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." See that? All right. So that's the position that we should be in, to know that we got to deny the rank and titles that we've obtained in this world to follow Yahweh Shai. All right, because he's the deliverer, he's the redeemer. He's going to get us out of the situation, because it's all vanity. Everything that we've obtained here, it's all going to be destroyed anyway. All right, there's a new kingdom that's going to be set up that whereof dwelleth righteousness. But anyway, back in this film, there was a particular scene where Admiral Kirk has been asked by Spock's father, like, look at all that you've lost. He's like, you've lost your son, you lost your ship. And Kirk says, if I didn't try, I would have lost my soul. Man, now they got this from the scriptures, man. So sometimes I do these little videos and I know people be like, where's Isaiah going with this? It's like the little stuff, little D-boys, a Malachite. All right, so-called Jew. All right, Jewish. So, you must there's a lot of religious allegory in this film. I've done another video pertaining to this movie. He took a lot from the scriptures, and usually you take so much from the scriptures, it goes over people's heads, especially when it comes to the theatrical releases of films. But let me play this particular scene for you, and hopefully you can hear what's going on.
I think. Only time. That's it. I thank you. Kirk?
Here we go.
I thank you. What you've done is...
What I have done, I had to do.
At what cost? Your ship, your son.
If I hadn't tried, the cost would have been my soul.
You hear that? He's like, he lost his ship, he lost his son. He said, at what cost? He's like, if I hadn't tried, the cost would have been my soul. And I had to think about Matthew chapter 16, verse 26, where it reads, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Okay, and that's Yahweh words right there. All right, because like I said, Admiral Kirk, he gave it all up, to save his friend. Okay, but I'm just gonna end it on this. I'm just rambling on here. I hope the point was made. I always like to end my videos on a good note with some type of silver lining, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. So in other words, there is a happy ending. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, Yahushua again, but seek first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. So all these things that we've lost on this side, in this world, this is going to be given to us in 100-fold. Okay, and that's what we just got to remember, because it might be with great losses comes with great gain. Okay. Well, I just wanted to share that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, who gives me the strength and the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.